Yeah.
How many coronavirus podcasts can there be?
100
Who's giving
million.
new information? Yeah. I love that. I've got a daily coronavirus podcast. Cool. What happened to true crime? I was reading a thing on like true crime podcasts, which were a lot of fun. You know, it's like, it's become a joke how many goddamn true crime podcasts there are, or just shows about it in general. And I was reading a thing the other day. They were like, yeah, nobody cares about those anymore. Now everybody's paying attention to coronavirus, and as they should be, I guess. But when you're surrounded by true crime, who wants to? Anyway, Mary's been crying. And listen, we've got to get to the bottom of this.
God.
This is very important. This is germane.
The first time you've ever said that.
This is what?
That me crying is important.
It is. It's important to you, I assume.
Yeah. No,
and it's germane to the health and welfare of this program.
And somebody might relate to it because maybe they're going through the same thing right now.
See, we figured that you were just knee-high in clover, baby. You were in this brand new apartment. And what else?
I don't have any clovers. I don't know.
All right.
No, I don't know. Today's just been a really, really tough day.
Today has been?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's had all weekend, though.
I've had a decent weekend, but it's just been like, today was the worst. I woke up and just immediately started crying because everything, I guess the severity of the whole situation just kind of hit me today. Like, I know it sounds so stupid to say that because so much information has been out and we've even been, following it and reporting on it and stuff, but it's like...
Wait a second. Are you getting ready to announce that you're doing a coronavirus podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that not okay?
It's called Crying to the News with Mary Santora.
Crying.
Yeah.
It's called
They
Crying...
probably do really well. That's a good
yeah,
title.
right. Crying through COVID. That's what it is.
Yeah.
No, it's just like I saw some of my family members yesterday and we like talked about how that's... we stayed outside and we were like talking and like everybody was a safe distance away from each other. It wasn't like we're hanging out and sitting on each other's laps or anything. But like we talked about how it's not a good idea and how that'll probably be the last time we see each other for a while. And I was just thinking about certain members of my family where like if they were to get infected, they're not in good health and it will kill them. Like, and it's... I don't know, man. It all just kind of piled up today and I don't know if I just haven't been dealing with it or allowing it to get to me, but...
Do you want to go ahead and rank who's in the most danger and who's in the least amount of danger?
Sure.
Would that help?
No. But it's just that, like people, one of my sisters has really bad problems with asthma and has her whole life. And I don't know, it's just little things. My dad's not in good health and it hasn't been for years and years. And I don't know.
Everybody's got a lot of extended family. Gwen and I were talking, we're like... You've got a bunch of people on your side. I've got a bunch of people on my side. I basically have my immediate family, but
right.
All I can do is text them and go, how you doing? I can't even FaceTime with my parents because they're rocking the flip phones.
Right.
So,
Mary, would you like a little hope to get you, like a little faith in humanity to kind of get you through this?
Sure.
Because I have a good story from the weekend. I talked to my mom over the phone, and she has been dealing with her hot water heater for like ever. I don't know if it was installed wrong or something was broken.
this guy Bill's backstory, this guy that comes by to heat his mom's water is so good looking.
Oh, yeah, I
Is there
bet.
hot water here?
You would not believe it. She's been trying to fight Poundcake off so she can have the guy all to
No,
herself.
I haven't been to my mom's house in a while because of everything that's going on. But she called and told me she called me on Friday and she was like, hey, I got the hot water heater fixed. And she didn't tell me why. I was like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. Great. Well, I talked to my brother and he tells me, he's like, did you hear what happened with mom's water heater? I'm like, yeah, she got it fixed. She said, no. The company that did it apparently found out that she was a nurse or knew that she was a nurse, and they said, thank you for your service, and they fixed it for free.
Aw,
that's nice.
I don't think they fixed it for free, but they were just like, no one really has any money right now. Pay when you can. Pay what you can. when
Okay,
you
so they
can.
didn't fix it for free. They just did it. And
They
just
deferred the
They
payment.
sent a bill.
But big
nice.
lips, my dear.
No, that's great.
But no, it was really nice, and that's just something about us coming together and working as a unit because I don't know if apparently it was installed wrong and the pipes are wrong, everything was messed up, and they came and they installed it for free, and it was no money out of my mom's pocket right there.
Well, that's very nice of them.
It was very nice.
Because you...
Feel better?
Yeah. No, for me, I was talking with my sister on the phone today, and today's the first day in a few years that I don't like to use this term lately or whatever with anxiety or whatever. I had a full-blown panic attack this morning where I was like hyperventilating and couldn't breathe and like just
Alone in your
crying.
apartment.
I'm alone in the shower, alone in the apartment. And I haven't felt that way and that out of control of my life in a very long time. And it's just scary, and I'm trying to tell myself that it's okay to be scared and it's okay because this is all nobody's dealt with this before. You know,
Right.
nobody
That's right.
has. So
And
it's
everyone's in the
okay.
same boat.
Yeah, everybody's probably freaking out on some level, and I'm trying to calm myself down and tell, like, hey, just breathe. And then the crazy part of my brain is that I'm like breathing so heavily that I can't catch my breath, and then I start coughing, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm coughing. I have shortness of breath. This is it. This is the end.
I wake up like that
Got
in
the
the middle of the
Santora
night.
virus.
Well, and I know it's just from the anxiety and things like that, but it's, you know, your mind starts to run wild, and it's really, really hard to calm down.
Maybe you need to lay off the edibles.
I have not smoked weed since this whole thing started.
Okay.
I haven't been high in like over a month.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you need to
See,
start
I've gone the
edibles.
other way. I've been eating more. Yeah.
Maybe I do need it
I've been
back.
eating more on the regular.
Hey, I'm talking to my friends, and I'm like, well, you know, that weakens your immune system. They're like, yeah, I don't care. I'm going to do it.
Well,
Everyone needs something to
smoking
get
is
through.
different.
Smoking.
Eating
Smoking
an
is different than
edibles.
eating an edible. Indica, I believe, is what you would like.
I understand that.
That's the one.
No, I know. That's what I was
I don't know
saying.
if Alan will believe it, but that's
He
the one
doesn't
that will.
believe
it.
He's
Oh,
an indica
nonsense.
denier.
I'm on record. I believe all of it. I said the hybrids are nonsense.
Yeah.
I'm on record.
Okay.
Yeah, but Mary,
Congratulations.
it's scary for everyone. Like I
know.
told you what I was dealing with my mom. My mom is on the front lines.
Dude, it's really, really scary.
And I'm not gonna say they have like the best equipment or they're most, prepared to deal with this because they're probably not.
She go to work in wearing a garbage bag or anything like that?
I don't know, and I don't want her to show me because she knows I'm gonna worry. So
Ignorance is bliss in this case.
yeah, I
I
call
think so to a certain degree.
I call my mom every day, and I'm like, "You're working today?" She's like, "No." And if she is working, I'm like, "What unit are you on?" She's like, "Oh, I'm in hospice, or I'm in this, or I'm in that." I'm like, "Okay." I just want to know. I just have to know, and then I just have to put it in God's hands and trust that my mom knows what she's doing.
I think I don't know, I can't talk for anybody but me, but this feeling of feeling out of control is making me insane, dude. Like, my life is so regimented, and I'm stay busy, and every move that I make is calculated. And
Yeah, but
that's
it's also no
completely
different.
flipped around.
In a way, though, it's no different than any other time where you control what you can control.
I
mean,
feel
most. Look at it this way. When things are good, you can't control 98% of anything, right? This is all just brought to the forefront because it's so aggressive and it's all anyone's talking about. But you still don't have any more control over anything than you would any other time.
I don't have control over what I can do. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I can't
You don't
do
have-
any of all of the outlets that I had for dealing for stress are taken away. And I know
understand.
that's not all of them. And I actually posted on my Instagram
really
story.
big ones.
But really big ones. I
Yeah.
posted on my Instagram story a bunch of tips actually from the CDC's website, and I linked the CDC's website on there of like, if you're feeling stressed out or you have anxiety or whatever with this situation, couple ways to deal with it. And they do help, and it's, get up and get moving and put your phone down and don't pay attention. Like,
I've been eating.
eating,
I've gained any weight that I've lost, like trying to get my summer body. I gained. I probably gained about 18 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh, you're one away.
What?
You're one away from the
the
COVID-19.
Yeah. I've gained like 18 pounds. And I'm like, yeah, well, I have time to get it off. No one's seeing me nude.
One great way to relieve stress in times like this is to head to alancoxshow.com and check out the Alan Cox Show Instagram hotties. A lot of local girls in this one.
Any way we can get Mike DeWine to submit himself to that, Bill? Maybe get a little a couple of shoulder shots of Mike DeWine?
I think Amy Acta might be
Oh!
better.
Oh, there you go.
Acton Jackson.
Yeah.
All right, good. I like that whole thing with her. She's smart. So, yeah, okay. I see where you're coming from.
It's just all built up, and it
I know.
came to a I don't know, a head today, and I had a very severe panic attack this morning, and it just was. I haven't felt that out of control in a really long time.
Yeah.
So it just is.
So,
like,
so what do you do?
lingering.
You have to just let it pass?
Kind of, and just
Yeah.
like drink water and try to breathe, and like it's like trying. It's so hard because when you're
Don't
having
breathe
that
water
happen,
because that would not help.
that's what I was doing though. I put a big pot of water, shoved my face in it. Was that wrong?
It was a
I mean,
neti
you can
pot.
do that, but I just don't breathe it.
No, it's just trying to get back to some sense of like, hey, you're okay. You're like, this is all gonna be fine. Like, just try to relax. But your mind is going 1,000 miles a minute, and it's
All right.
Yeah.
impossible to control it. Or it feels that way.
All right, here's a story that might help you feel better. 86-year-old woman dies after stranger hits her for not social distancing.
What? They hit her in the head?
No, there was a girl that was like in the hallway on a gurney or something, and this old woman is in the hallway too, at a hospital or somewhere, is inside a building.
Yeah.
And the old woman like reaches out to grab like a metal pole or something to steady herself, and the woman on the gurney who they found out later on has been arrested 100,000 times for a variety of things, like hits the woman in the head and knocks her over and screams at her for being too close to her, and this 86-year-old woman hits her head and dies after that.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. So it could get worse.
It could get worse.
I mean, I'm not trying to. I know that's not the way you deal with panic attacks, but a little perspective is calming at times.
Yeah,
you're not hitting the head. You're
I
not
get
dead.
it. Yeah, I'm not dead, and I'm not. I understand, and it's one of those things where I'm like, I can. There's still a lot that I can do from my house, and there's still a lot, but like. I mean, in January, being cooped up from December and January, I took off to Florida for 3 days because I was feeling so stir crazy and reckless, and I can't even do that now. And I know that, God, I also feel entitled. I feel like I'm bitching about something when my life is pretty great comparatively. I don't have kids I have to worry about. I'm not trying to homeschool anybody. Like, you know what I mean? I don't have anybody close to me that's in the hospital right now, so...
You're not in charge of anyone.
I'm not.
Like you think about people that like it's their job to try to keep people safe.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep my wife calm pretty regularly because she's kind of borderline freaking out because, So, I don't know.
It's tough. It just all came to a head this morning, and I lost control, and now it just lingers all day long. And I thought about not even coming in today, where I was just like, dude, but staying inside alone wasn't gonna help.
That seems worse, yeah.
And I know that.
Will it make you feel better if I give someone $1,000?
I think it would. I really think it would.
Then let me do that. This is from Mary to you guys, all right? $1,000 to help with whatever you got going on.
Rover's Morning Glory wants to help with a chance at $1,000. We have your shot at $1,000 right now. Text the nationwide keyword BORED, B-O-R-E-D, to 200-200. You'll get a text confirming entry plus iHeartRadio info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's BORED to 200-200. Good luck. From 100.7 WMMS.
Alan, I work at Giant Eagle, and I had a full-on panic attack at work on Friday. I feel for Mary. They didn't tell me what department they work in, though. If you're freaking out in deli, you're around a bunch of slicers. If you're stocking and you're freaking out, if you're freaking out in produce, it's a different kind of freak out.
I had really bad anxiety a few years ago to the point where I was like on medication for it, and I would have panic attacks once or twice a week type of thing. So it just took me back to a really dark place. And it was like, I don't even want to say this, but today was the first day I felt like drinking in over a year.
Yeah.
And it scared me.
Yeah.
It really scared me that I was like, I know I'm not going to, but it was like, if I just had a glass of wine right now, none of this would feel this way,
Right.
And that was really terrifying to feel that way.
You can't even have a little sippy sip.
I know.
Oh, come on. A little sip. A little nip. Not even a little nip.
Not even a little nip.
Not even a hot toddy.
I wish.
Oh.
Boy, I love
Well,
a sippy
anytime you
sip.
think about drinking, just think of me doing the Friday get down. And that should keep you from doing it.
Scarubba, scarubba, scarubba.
Oh, I'm great. So anyway, this is what happened to me over the weekend, and Mary. is going
But also,
through
before
stuff.
you move on, remember what happens when you drink too much. Right,
God,
Bill
I
Pughes.
hate you.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So I did some painting this weekend. Me and my girlfriend got some paint. We're doing blue. You can see it on my Instagram story if you
saw
want to
that.
see it. It's very blue. And
This is your apartment?
in my apartment.
Blue.
Yeah. Blue. Yeah. You can see it. I like it. It looks great. But on Saturday, we were moving from one wall to the other, and she's like, make sure you move the rug and the table. I'm like, okay. And I just dragged them back a little ways. Should have done the whole thing where I roll up the rug, because 5 minutes into painting that next wall, I bump into the can of paint and spill it all over my rug.
Oh my!
At least it was just the rug, though, and not like the floor.
Well, it was seeping through the rug, too. So it got onto the floor, but like we were able to clean up the floor easier. But that rug is
It's gone.
toast.
Yeah.
Like if
It was a white rug?
It was that orange, and it's like orange and white and multicolor.
Okay.
But like the spot where the blue paint is so thick with blue paint that it doesn't even look like the same rug.
So it didn't add to it. You
It
couldn't
did
just
not.
pass it off as
No,
like,
no.
well, this is like just a thing we're doing.
yes, this corner over here
You
is
couldn't put
bright
it on
blue.
each corner,
No.
make all four corners match.
No, because then it was also like the whole idea was to have the blue and orange contrast in the room.
Were you
Yeah.
given a barrage of I told you so's?
She's pretty good about that, and I was like, you need to do that in the first place. Like, the way I do things is I'm always in such a rush to get things like that done that I don't do things the smart way.
Really?
And she's like, yeah, I was going to say something, but I didn't. I'm like, well, from now on.
You just want to get the painting done?
Yes. Now you
I think
know
painting's
that
kind of
I'm
a
an
zen.
idiot.
Yeah, painting's kind of a zen thing.
Not for me.
Like,
I
Not for
agree.
me. I hate
yeah,
it.
you can
Why?
kind of really get into it. And
Why do you hate it?
Because I don't want to do it. Like, I like the way it looks, but I don't actually like doing it at all. Like, it just, I don't know. I just don't enjoy it. It's
I like
just annoying.
painting.
I find it
Doesn't
to be
bother me
very
either.
annoying.
get the tape up.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you
Feel
pull that
it's a real
tape.
yeah. When
'Cause
you
all
pull
I
it
wanna
off,
do
it's
is
like
be
real
done.
accomplishment.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like it looks good and like I helped as, but like she's so much better at it because she's so much like she's particular about those things, and I'm just like slapping it
She's more
around, like
patient
moving
with it.
around, like, and she's like, "Can you calm down and just paint like a regular person and not try to get this all done in one
Like a Tasmanian
roller?
devil. Yeah.
Like try to use one roller for the whole wall and try and get it done. Like you're doing it all wrong. Just calm down and take your time."
Wow.
And she's like, "We got nowhere to go, nothing to do. Just calm down and paint."
Yeah.
So you're not a paperwork guy or a painter work guy.
No,
You don't like
no.
any of it.
I don't like any of that stuff. Wow. So I ruined a rug.
So I ruined a rug this weekend.
Completely ruined a rug. But the walls I like. I think they look
They
great.
look good. I saw them. You showed
Yeah.
me last night.
You better be
Yeah.
glad Whoopsie was not running around in
Oh
there.
man, that's it.
If your dog had been running through
She
blue
got
paint.
it in the paint and
and
took
she
it
got
all
in-
over the house.
Well, that's like we had to have her all like penned off in the kitchen, and she's just like the whole time we're painting, she's just like, we're like, will you calm down? We
That's
are
exactly
right
what
here.
I sounded like
we
today.
are right here. Yeah, she's having.
You should have
her
put your dog on the phone with Mary.
Mm-hmm.
They could have FaceTimed each other.
Oh my gosh.
Huh.
What's funny is that I called my sister who has issues with anxiety, and she's like, dude, I feel like this every day. She's like, this is like welcome to my life. This is coronavirus or not. Like people who have severe anxiety issues,
Yeah.
and it just threw it into a whole different level
Have
for me.
they
And
tried
she was
calming
able-
down?
She was able to talk me
They
through
tried
it a little
smiling
bit.
more?
I think so.
Turning that frown upside
Take
down.
a deep breath.
Yeah, that's usually what it is. I can't even laugh at you because that's so aggravating to hear. Like, I can't even take it lightly because it's so frustrating to hear. But she was able to talk me through it because she's been there before, which was nice. You know.
Oh man, I used to have real bad anxiety too, and just through years of letting go of those things that I can't control, I've gotten way better. But there was definitely a time where I was like panic attacks all the time,
It's the worst
especially
feeling in the
when I
world.
was still Mormon, because I felt like I had no control over my life and I wanted it, and it would just anything I had to do that I kept having to do these things that I don't want to do would just send me down the spiral all the time.
That's how I feel right now. Like everything that I want to do, I'm not allowed to do. And I know that it sounds like I'm throwing a temper tantrum, like a 4-year-old. I can't do what I want to do, and I understand it's for the greater good and everything like that. But it's just one of those things where I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I guess I just let it all build up, and then it all came to a head today. And I think seeing my family members yesterday did it too.
So what did you do? Like they were inside and you're talking to them through the screen door or what?
No,
I mean,
we were like, my dad was like sitting inside the garage, and like me and my 2 nieces were like chalking out on the driveway, and like my stepmom was like standing in the yard, kind of a thing. And then like my niece Riley and I went to the park, and her and I were like climbing trees and walked around before that and stuff. And I don't know, it just all became real, I guess.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, you could do what I do, what I have done and has worked, because I don't think I've ever had a panic attack, or I certainly haven't identified it as that.
You would know if you did.
But I'll tell you, what has always worked for me is just to stuff it all down.
That's how this happens.
You stuff it all down, and then you don't have to worry about it.
Or you could eat. Or,
No, just stuff it. When I said stuff it all down, I was not referring to food, Poundcake.
Oh, I was thinking
Don't
about
stuff
sex
it all
too.
down.
You didn't let me finish.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Sex too.
But you can't have sex right now.
Oh, I know some.
We're talking about right now.
I know some thoughts that are.
You think she'd be like this if she was getting some pipe on the regular?
She would not.
Absolutely not.
She would not.
You
She
need a
would not.
Well, that was the other
battery
thing. Is that
buddy.
sitting there just being like, ugh,
But that's not another person.
I feel like I'm gonna stop because I feel like
Am
I'm
I
throwing-
supposed to strap it to my face?
I feel like I'm throwing a pity party, and I
No,
don't want
I-
to do that.
I
This is
think
real
it's
issues
very
affecting people.
This is you're not the only one that feels this way right now. There's
It sucks to
millions
be
and
al-
millions of people that feel this way
Yeah.
right now. So
It
you're
sucks to
you're
be
kind
alone
of the guinea pig.
too.
Yeah,
It
of course.
sucks so bad to be in that house by myself all day long.
Maybe-
like Sunday or Saturday was the first day that I did not leave. Like, well, not the first day, but from the moment I woke up until the moment I went to bed, I didn't leave my apartment.
Yeah,
And
but you
it's-
could, but like technically, we've never, technically, literally and figuratively, we've never been able to like be more in contact with people.
Yeah, but that's not the same.
No, I know it's not. I'm just saying that. I mean, it's battle conditions. So it's like you FaceTime. You know, like when I want to see my older kids, I have to FaceTime them, which is not ideal.
No.
But I've never gone this long without seeing them in person. It's been months.
It sucks.
Not months, but I mean, it will be. When all said and done, it will be months since I've seen my kids. You know, and then these things where I was like, why? Even if I wanted to go see them, you know, depending on what you read, you're like, oh, you might not be able to get into Michigan or all this nonsense about, you know,
closing borders.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's legal, but who the hell knows anymore? So, yeah, I don't know. FaceTime some pals, man.
I know.
I'm not going to tell you what to do.
No, that was one of the things that, like, I went on the CDC website, and I put them all on my Instagram story. That was one of them where it's like, text somebody, call somebody, try to FaceTime. And FaceTiming, it does help because you get to see them. And it's,
that's why I FaceTimed
like
you last night, because
yeah.
I wanted to show you, because I knew you were with your family that day, but it's nice to have that face-to-face contact.
It really is, yeah.
So you're telling me that today would not be the best day for me to air the Mary complaint call?
Go ahead.
Or the Mary complaint letter?
I would actually rather do that today. Let's do it when it rains and pours. Let's deal with it all today.
No, I'm not piling on.
I would rather pile on, and then tomorrow could be better. I'm dead serious.
Well, the letter's you and Bill. The call is just you.
That's fine. I would honestly rather do that today
all
than
right.
on a day when I'm having a good day and
don't
then
I have
have
any
it
say
bring
in
me
this?
down.
All right.
You know what I mean?
If the letter's her and Bill.
It's probably about us arguing.
You don't want me
I know.
to. You don't want me to ruin a good day.
I don't want a good day ruined. My day has already started so low. So maybe
Hey,
they'll make me feel better.
I was gonna say today can only get better.
Right.
Glass half full. That's what Poundcake always tells me. When he walks in here and I'm already in his booth, crying, Poundcake will always make me feel better. Put his arm around me. He goes, "Hey, glass half full, homie."
Of juice.
Yes, glass half full of juice.
Put my hand on his knee,
Not my knee. You know the rule.
his thigh. My bad.
You know the rule. Nothing south of the ribs. All right, listen. I've got a break. We're gonna. You all right?
I'll be
okay.
fine. It's just a lot. It's just a lot to handle. That's
Okay.
all. And I'm not doing well with it today. That's all.
All right, gotcha. I want to make sure that whether it's somebody in here or somebody out there, that they're able to get their mind off stuff, which isn't always possible, but whatever. Okay, I do have some messages from the Alan Cox Show After Hours line. We'll get to some of those. Got a few more chances for you to win $1,000, giving away some money. So 4:30 is your next chance to do that. If you want to text, you can 35192. If you want to call, 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.